Listeners, today in the studio, I have Guy Morel, Debbie Bardwell and Jaymai Johnson to talk to about the Mind Cafe. Now, Jaymai has been in here before and done an interview with us before, and I'll talk to her about that a little as well, because she's involved in assisting people and helping in a way that their band likes to do. First of all, I want to talk about the Mind Cafe. Now, you've got a cafe that serves a purpose in our community and helps people that are alone or feeling vulnerable. Tell me a bit about the Mind Cafe.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having us too. Really appreciate it. The Mind Cafe, it's a special, absolutely special place. I'd have to say I'm our biggest fan. Our purpose is everything. So to be able to help others, especially those people that are doing it tough with the mental health side of things, or people living with disabilities, that's what the Mind Cafe is there for. So the purpose of our cafe is just to be there, be able to support those people that may be a little bit less fortunate than us or the average person. So if we can be there, we can make a difference to those people's lives and have make sure that we're an amazing community hub where everyone can feel welcome and be part of something special.
And Debbie, how did you get involved with the Mind Cafe?
Well, thanks for asking, Chrissy. I run a group called Cash is King. And we went for coffee one day and I met Guy and I thought, this place is special. Guy is special. I would like to make this cafe the centre place for us to go to. Cash is King means you have little money boxes and we put money in, and he has a pay it forward kindness bowl. So we'd collect 10, 20 cents, 50 cents, $2, whatever, and donate to the kindness balls, and that's a pay it forward. So everyone was embracing that. I got closer to Guy. When things started looking a little bit financially in trouble, I stepped in and thought, right, we need to do some fundraising. So we started getting bands to come along, and Jaymai and her beautiful band came and played, and we had a lunch and everyone danced and we had fun. So we were really creating something special. Christmas raffle, the Easter raffle, Mother's Day raffle, the homeless Orphans Christmas. We love the Orphans Christmas. They wrap up presents. People who haven't got anywhere to go can go to the Mind Cafe, and they're open for anybody that feels a bit, Mother's Day as well. I was a bit vulnerable on that day, so went down, got involved, and now I look after the fundraising, and we really looking forward to supporting the cafe financially.
And the people that come into you, Guy, don't necessarily feel comfortable in a normal cafe because there's a particular interaction in your cafe that can help them. I understand you sometimes have a counsellor.
Yeah, we work with Moana. So they're a suicide prevention organisation on the Northern Beaches. So they use our cafe. So we kind of work with them, and they come and use the cafe on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mornings from around 8:30 to 11 a.m. For Coffees with Kindness. And they also use the cafe on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night from 5 till 9. So anyone that's doing it really tough, they can come in and there's always going to be someone there that's either a counsellor or a trained volunteer. And people that are doing it tough can come in and talk to the beautiful people from Moana. And, if they're feeling a little bit low or they just need some human connection, they can come and see them. So, it's pretty amazing. So
I was looking at some of the videos online and in the Manly Observer, and I noticed that people are talking about times that they're vulnerable, whether they've lost someone or it's a time of the year, as Debbie, you were saying, where you may have lost somebody and you're feeling pretty vulnerable and you need to be somewhere. There was a lady that said on one of the videos that she was feeling suicidal and she knew that she could come there and do better, and when she got there she did do better. So tell me about the experiences you've had in the cafe with some of these people.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it was probably about 2 years ago, Pittwater Life did a story on our cafe and the mental health side of things. And then what that allowed it to do, because I was able to talk about my own mental health journey, but that also empowered other people to come to the cafe and tell me about their own story. So the beautiful part is that they know that there is a place where they can come to, and even if they're feeling a little bit on the low side, they can come to the cafe and they can talk about and they can kind of embrace how they're feeling. So it empowers people to be able to talk about their own story. The thing that we try and promote is people to be completely transparent with the way that they feel. So if they come into the cafe, if you go to your average cafe and you said, "Oh, hello, how are you?" oh, good, thanks, without even knowing what's going on in their life. Our cafe, we want people to say, actually, Guy, doing a bit tough today. And it allows them to talk and go, I'm here if you want to talk. And that the beautiful part is how many times I hear, I know, Guy, I know you're here. So that's what the cafe is all about. So having that space where people can feel completely free to feel exactly how they're feeling without judgment and just being part of this beautiful thing that we've created.
That's terrific, because I know myself, and I know from friends of mine, that when you're feeling down, it's really hard to say to somebody, I'm not doing okay today, because the general reaction is, oh, you'll be fine, you'll get over it, when you lose somebody, oh, it's just a matter of time. And that's just not true. I mean, I lost my partner many, many years ago, and I'm still not over it. So, those sort of things I know people are trying to be helpful with, but it doesn't help. You need to be able to talk it out with somebody who has had the experience and who does truly understand. And it's not having a go at people that don't understand. Until you go through it, there is no way you can even conceive what you go through in these sorts of situations.
And what I find, Chrissy, as well, when you walk into the Mind Cafe, you don't just grab a coffee and walk out. You'll see somebody that you know. You can sit down. There's some big tables there, so you might be starting a conversation up with somebody that is not a friend, but then you see them again next time. There's regulars there. There's little coffee groups. There's the tennis group. There's the gym group. There's the Cash is King group. And when you walk in, it's like coming into somebody's lounge room.
It's a real community.
It's a real community instead of just get your coffee and walk out. And people love it. They love that sense of belonging, and that's what community is all about.
And you don't get that in a normal, not putting down normal cafes, but you don't get that in a normal cafe. You can become friends with the staff, but there's not always that grouping. You bring the group with you. Jaymai, you did this event with them last time. Now, in our interview, you said that your band wanted to help more people and be involved in the community in this way. And I'm so thrilled that you've come up and getting involved with the Mind Cafe again, because they're operating as a charity, even though they're not a charity, and they are working their way to a charity. And I'll go back to you, Guy, in a minute. But in that interview, you said you wanted to help. So you are actually putting together a fundraiser for the Mind Cafe because they're in need. Tell me about it.
Right, so we've just had that confirmed through Manly Warringah Leagues Club. They've very kindly said that we can use their facilities. We're very excited. Yes, my band, who will now be called Stacey's Got a Gun, will be playing.
That was a contentious issue.
Yes, no, we have gone across to the other side. We will most likely be having my friend Wayne's band, who is incredible. There's about 6 or 7 of them in the band. They're all amazing players.
And that's Project 76?
Project 76. I've got a big meeting with him this Sunday to start organising everything, getting it all moving forward. We are still looking for a third band, but we have a few ideas, so that will be sorted out within the next week or so. And then we will be heavily promoting it and advertising it wherever we can. We want to try and get as much support as possible, get as many people along as we can. It's a ticketed event, and pretty much every cent that we can will be going to the Mind Cafe, to help them get over the line to become that charity, because you're right, they currently are operating very charitably as a charity, but to legally become a charity, that's part of the reason for this fundraiser, to be able to raise the money to help them with that.
Good on you. It's great that you can get in there and give a hand. Now, if the Mind Cafe wasn't started as a charity, but as we just said, you're operating as one and are now looking for a charity status. Tell me about the process in this and the issues that you've come across.
Oh, I'll be honest with you, I think I didn't even think about it properly when we first started the cafe, because the idea was always just to have a cafe that provided the money that we can put towards our purpose. So if I was, I wish I could go back, hindsight's a beautiful thing, But if I could go back, I would have started the charity process from day one. I probably didn't know enough about it. So I knew, with all my hospitality experience and, working in with non-for-profit organisations, and I just kind of thought, we'll just do this. We'll just do this cafe, and whatever money we make sure we put it towards our mental health and working with disabilities. And that's the way we'll go ahead. Obviously, that wasn't how it worked worked out. And I wish I could go back and change that decision, but we didn't. So this is where we're at now. I think the most beautiful part is the community support. Like when we've reached our breaking point, people get behind us because they know that we genuinely just want to help others and support others, and that's all we want to do. So to be honest, even now the charity process goes over my head, and that's why we've got lucky people, the beautiful people next to me, and our accountant Christy and Anna. They're doing those things because they know that stuff kind of goes over my head. But I know that that's going to be so beneficial for us to be able to support more people and reach more people within our community, and even ideally anyone that needs us, even if they're far away from the Northern Beaches, if they need us, we can support them as well. So that's the plan, and I've got so much hope with the beautiful people and the beautiful community around us that we're going to be able to conquer that idea of becoming a charity.
Now, I know that you have two beautiful young people that work with you. Tell me about them.
Oh, the boys, the twin boys, Thomas and John. Oh my gosh, they're like family to me, and the special bond that we've had. They've been with us since 2022 at the start. I think Thomas started in February and John started in March. And they're the most amazing boys ever. Like I said, they're like family to me, and they're the most respectful. They'll be there 100%. I always have this analogy: if you were to give those boys $1 million and said, "Guys, can you look after this $1 million?" Come back in 20 years' time and you go, "Boys, have you got that $1 million?" Yeah, it's here for you. Because you can 100% depend on them. We've started their Woody's Bakehouse, so with their baked goods, because they're amazing what they do and they pick up, and I want to give them as much opportunity as possible to be able to, hopefully, for them to branch out into their own brand, because they do their caramel slices and they do their lemon cake, and they're doing all these other little baked goods as well. So I love them so much.
Oh, that's terrific. And so what do they call it? The what bakehouse?
Woody's Bakehouse. Because,
Woody's Bakehouse. Where did that come from?
Well, that's a nickname back at school. They'd be called, their nickname is Woody 1 and Woody 2.
Oh, okay.
Because they look so similar, people should say, "Hey, Woody," and they know that either of them can look over, rather than getting their name wrong, which most people get their name wrong because they look so similar. Yeah, so that's their nickname. So it's like Woody's Bakehouse.
And how did you actually come to be at the cafe? I know you've told us your involvement, but how did you actually come to be there in the first instance?
Don't really remember. I think we decided we wanted to go to a cafe for a meet-up. So my purpose is actually getting people together. During COVID, people were isolated. They didn't have community. Bringing that all back together, using cash as a way of keeping it alive, really. So we walked in there and thought, this is the place. It's got great artwork, it's got a great feel. Guys, very big personality, welcoming everybody as they come in. There's great volunteers, and, who is it, Jake, that does he was a graffiti artist, and he's now a professional sign writer, so he's done some beautiful artwork around the cafe. They've got funky chairs. It's just not an ordinary cafe, so that's what drew me to it. But I think more than anything, Guy's personality, his embracing everyone that comes in, you feel welcome, and that's what brought me there initially.
So now you've gotten involved in fundraising as well, and you've done a GoFundMe page?
Yes, that was started by the accountant. Last year, Guy put out a message he's got a very good following, and he said that the cafe is struggling financially, and I'd said to him before, you should have a GoFundMe. People want to help, but they don't know how to help. So GoFundMe was the obvious thing. So Christy, the accountant, set it up, and now I'm a co-owner of it. We raised $50,000 to help the cafe out of the hot water financially. So the cost of living crisis, expenses, salaries, superannuation, tax, there's a lot goes in, and you can only sell so many coffees and burgers and whatever. So that's what was raised, and that supported them for the whole year. But over time, there is a bit of a concern around the finances now, and Christy and I decided we'd relaunch the GoFundMe, and she needed $5,000 by the end of April, and that was raised.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Somebody's
news.
looking down
Right.
on us saying, this is not going to go down. This is a cafe that needs to be there for the community, and we have a goal of $25,000 over the next 3 months. But overall, there's, pretty substantial money that's needed. So we do need a rich benefactor. So somebody who says, I want to support the community, I want to support the cafe, and we welcome. For instance, last year we got a $5,000 donation from a cafe in far west Queensland, and actually reached out to her a couple of weeks ago actually and said, we're so grateful. I don't know whether Guy actually ever reached out to you and said thank you so much, but some people donate anonymously and some people will put their names down, and she left her name, and I looked up the cafe name and her comment, and she was so willing to help. She said, we've got to stick together, and we have had some good donations, and we need more. We really do. So I am promoting the GoFundMe page. You can just look up the Mind Cafe or Cafe Near Me, but it's a GoFundMe, and it's very easy to find under the Mind Cafe.
It's amazing the resilience of Australian heart. It really is when it comes to things like this. This money is going towards the effort to get the charitable status, because you have to make sure there is no amounts owing to be able to get that status. So this is not an ongoing thing as such. There is a purpose and an aim to it. So Jaymai, your fundraising event, tell me again about where it is and what's happening with it.
Okay, so in a few weeks' time, it is at the Manly Warringah Leagues Club. It will be heavily advertised as much as we are able to. It will be everywhere we can get it, so it will be easy for people to find the details. And basically, there'll be a thing to click to say buy your ticket now. So it is going to be a ticketed event, and you'll need to buy your ticket before you come. And we're really hoping for a great turnout. It's going to be a fantastic night. As I said, all the proceeds that we make will be going towards this effort to help the Mind Cafe so they can become a charity. I feel really strongly about that. I believe every suburb should have a Mind Cafe. I just love what they do there, and, they're so unique, and I've just fallen in love with everything that they do there. So we really want to get behind them as much as possible. And so please, come out, have a great night, give to a fantastic cause, get a great night full of music, and there's nothing bad about it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, everyone. I've really enjoyed the chat, and to learn more about the Mind Cafe. It's obviously a wonderful place to be, and it is helping our community as far as mental health goes. And it's great for everyone to know that there is a place like that to go to if they are in that space. And unfortunately, there are a lot more people in that space these days than previously. So thank you for doing that and putting that cafe together, and good luck with the changeover to a charity status.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Radio Northern Beaches. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the beautiful people next to me, and thank you for the whole community. We can't do it without the support of the community. So thank you to everyone out there. Really, really appreciate it.
Now, I understand that at the council meeting tonight, there will be a delegation from the Mind Cafe who will speak to the council.